sexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Epstein is alive. Epstein is alive.
Okay, y'all, grab your tea and get comfortable, because the story we're about to unpack is seriously wild. Today we are diving into the Epstein files, the shocking downfall of Bryshere Gray, and the bold warnings comedian Katt Williams has been making for years. Some people say it's just rumors. Others think it exposes a much darker side of Hollywood. Either way, once you hear the connections people are talking about, you might never look at the industry the same way again. So sit tight, because this gets messy fast.
Allegedly, Bryshere started catching feelings for Will Smith, and this ran on for about a few years, and Bryshere really thought that he had someone who would protect him and be there for him. But the most painful part, according to Bryshere, is that as soon as he tried to do something for himself,
100 chickens, 100 turkeys, 100 ducks, 100 rabbits, 100 cows, 100 sheep, 100 pigs, everything that made a crackling.
Hollywood is very much a factory town, and the widget that we make is entertainment.
Epstein files reveal the largest genocide in human history, and it is being hidden from your eyes. 8 million children go missing every single year. Look at all these people with black eyes. Politicians, your famous actors, the Pope, high-level people. They all participate. This is an email from the Epstein files. All you need is a blood transfusion from the pack and you reverse aging.
And the names on these documents? Let's just say, when you see them, you'll understand why people are losing sleep over this. Familiar faces you'd never suspect, connected in ways you'd never imagine. Oh, you know how we thought this Epstein fiasco couldn't get worse? Well, buckle up, because things just got a whole lot messier. Because now it is being reported there were several celebs that were also used during this whole mess. Now hold on to your seats, because Bryshere Gray, you know, Hakeem from Empire, allegedly got caught up in all of this. His career went from skyrocketing to completely derailed. We're talking substance abuse spirals, shocking adult content, and even moments where police were called because he tried to take his own life. And this wasn't some random fall from grace. Sources say it all ties back to Hollywood mentorship programs that weren't what they seemed.
Bryshere Gray became the hottest thing on television when he landed the role of Hakeem Lyon on Empire. He had so many plans for his career, and Hollywood held the door open for him to explore multiple options. With the ladies drooling over his bite-sized self and rumors that he was making about $20,000 per episode, Bryshere was living the life of his dreams. But everything came to a screeching halt when he got embroiled in back-to-back controversies. In the end, his personal decisions derailed his career, and he hasn't been able to bounce back. He was born in Germantown on November 28, 1993, and was raised in West Philadelphia. At the age of 16, he became interested in rapping, eventually rhyming under the moniker Unrecognizable in his mugshot. While being questioned by police, he pleaded guilty in May 2021 and was sentenced to 10 days in county jail and 3 years probation. He was ordered to stay away from substances and to stay out of trouble, or he'd be locked up again.
Can you guess who used to run these programs? Yes, you heard it right. Will Smith and Diddy. Sounds innocent enough, right? A little Hollywood guidance, some networking? But sources say it was anything but normal. Bryshere Gray, Hollywood's shining star, was allegedly mentored. And by that I mean being passed around and betrayed by the very people who were supposed to protect him. Every step of his training was reportedly a trap.
Charlie Mack. And Bryshere met Will through Charlie, and it seemed like Will was mentoring Bryshere, and he told Bilal to actually assist Bryshere while he was working on the show Empire. And Bryshere was just wilding out. He was acting erratic. He allegedly was doing drugs and sleeping around with prostitutes, allegedly. So he was going through a lot, and people didn't know what the reason was. until one day he blurted out to Bilal that Will and P. Diddy did something to him.
I said, what the F is wrong with you? And he was like, you know. He said, you know Will me. You know Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. And I said, I have no idea what's going on.
And here's where it gets chilling. Katt Williams wasn't just talking hot air. Years ago, he warned the world about these industry predators, and according to him, he faced their pressure firsthand and refused to be manipulated. Imagine knowing the game is rigged against you, seeing it happen to others, and trying to survive unscathed. That's what Katt was saying, loud and clear. Katt spilled that Harvey Weinstein tried to coerce him in Epstein's mansion. He said no. Unlike Bryshere, he got out without being exploited. That's the difference. The industry can be brutal, and some of these young talents get caught up in it, and their careers, their lives, even their minds, are never the same again.
There's no way that you can tell that much truth without offending certain portions of the population. And so now you have to figure out how you're going to handle that. And at 5'5", I've always handled it just first.
Katt Williams walks up to a Target employee. They're just talking. It's totally normal. And then all of a sudden, Katt Williams just smacks this dude in the face. Best part is after he slaps the guy in the face, he leaves the Target in one of those like motorized carts.
He's a little rascal in his little rascal and totally insane.
In this life, there are consequences, and I'm gonna have to face mine, and your nose has to face his. Just for that one time.
Just that one time.
For that one last mistake.
As the world knows now, Harvey Weinstein was surrounded by allegations going back decades from women who said that he...
Get this. Court filings suggest Diddy was under investigation for inappropriate behavior with minors. Shocking, right? But here's the kicker. The story never saw the light of day, buried deep thanks to his power and influence in the industry.
It lasted from September 2012 to approximately March of 2015. I estimate somewhere between 8 and 12 times. I was a witness in the Sean Diddy Combs.
Repeated abuse and even sex trafficking.
I was first initially contacted by federal investigators.
And who ended up right in the middle of this storm? Bryshere Gray, our Hakeem from Empire. The very same rising star we all cheered for.
He's with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love, and all he has to do is add discipline, and he's gonna be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, who is best to give you advice, and it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
Then Jaguar Wright stepped forward, risking everything to blow the whistle. And what she revealed? Absolutely terrifying. Reports say Bryshere and other young men were seen running for their lives, sometimes completely naked, escaping situations that no human should ever have to endure.
No, I totally understand. And, you just said something as far as things that, people take things you say out of context, and the things that you say are important. It seems like,
I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background.
Can you imagine being trapped in a world like that? Hollywood's glitz masking a nightmare behind closed doors. And the worst part? This wasn't some isolated incident. It exposed the darker side of mentorship programs, power, and celebrity. If you thought scandal was just gossip, think again. This is trauma, secrecy, and manipulation at the highest levels, and it's horrifying to even picture.
Then you have studios restructuring. It's a never-changing cycle.
What's eating you?
Movies are no longer the center of Western culture the way that they once were.
Now brace yourself, because this next part gets even darker. Bilal, Will Smith's own friend, drops some jaw-dropping claims. He says Bryshere's mom was allegedly complicit, keeping quiet while her underage son was being abused. Can you even imagine? Your own mother turning a blind eye, allegedly.
Somebody stole 2 hard drives from Jada's house. So now we get into why she's even more mad. Jada will watch at the houses.
Bryshere's mom, Andrea, allowed all these traumatic things to be done to her son is because she wanted to exploit his pain to write a book that no one bought.
And it gets worse. Sources claim she pretended to be this struggling single mom working hard to raise a superstar, all while she was reportedly involved in shady dealings behind the scenes. And then there's the infamous manager, Charlie Mack. He's allegedly the key link that exposed Bryshere to this nightmare. The person who supposedly handed him over into the hands of powerful, predatory figures.
I am Charlie Mack. I call myself the servant, the big brother of Philadelphia. More notable, I'm responsible for one of the biggest groups, the biggest R&B group.
This isn't just a story about Hollywood. It's about power, control, and how young talent can be exploited behind the scenes. And the more you dig, the messier and darker it gets.
The names we already know, the billionaires, the politicians, the royalty, the men and women whose reputations were quietly insulated by power, money, and carefully worded statements.
Bryshere Gray has an assault and battery charge in Chesapeake. The alleged victim told only 10 on Your Side's Andy Fox. What happened, Andy?
Watching Bryshere spiral has been heart-wrenching. He went from a bright young star to someone trapped in adult content and substance abuse. Fans watched someone they loved get destroyed. And it all came out to light through Katt Williams, Jaguar Wright, and Bilal sharing their stories after the Epstein files were leaked. Bilal didn't hold back. He went even further, spilling details about what Bryshere allegedly confessed while overwhelmed by substances. And let me tell you, the names that came up are mind-blowing. Will Smith, Diddy, and yes, some reports even mention Jada Pinkett.
Somebody stole 2 hard drives from Jada's house. So now we get into why she's even more mad. Jada will watch at the houses. She had her laptop.
Uncle Will, you know, who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
As promised, Jada Pinkett Smith brought herself to the red table, and surprisingly, her husband Will Smith joined her. They talked about pain, healing, and yes.
The accounts are graphic, unsettling, and horrifying, describing abuse and manipulation that reads like something straight out of a thriller. But this is real life. Tapes allegedly exist, showing celebrities behaving in ways nobody ever imagined. Hollywood's dark underbelly isn't just rumors anymore.
This is what the music industry is all about.
Oh my God. The Emmy
And the Oscar.
and the Grammy goes to...
They don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Hey, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
Diddy's a weird dude. From disturbing footage of Diddy's freak-off island.
The fans are going wild. Some can't even bring themselves to watch anything with Will Smith anymore. Others are straight up saying, this is exactly why he's lost all respect. And with the Epstein files making waves online, it's crystal clear. You really can't put anything past these Hollywood elites. Bryshere Gray isn't the first young talent to get caught in this dark mess. And sadly, he almost certainly won't be the last. The industry has a hidden side that very few dare to talk about, until now. So, what do you think? Did Katt Williams really speak the truth all along? Was Bryshere Gray trapped in something he never signed up for? And just how deep does the Epstein connection run in Hollywood? Drop your thoughts below. And if you thought this was wild, you haven't seen my next video exposing even more shocking secrets.